Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Foxman Plays Kerbal Space Program. This is the most exciting space program you're ever gonna see. What's going on in this episode? Well, I'm trying to build a spacecraft that's worthy of landing on Mun and returning back to Earth. Or not, sorry, not Earth, Kerbin. Big difference. Earth is cooler. Kerbin is desolate. It only has a space program, that's it. So first of all, let me load up my spacecraft. And now, admittedly, things did not go as well as I had planned for this kind of episode, this recording. I don't know what the heck it is. This shit is just not going my way for recording. I've built this ship, or I modified Mark 1, and then I started recording and building making the tweaks on Mark 2 and launching it and doing all that stuff. And like I kept, whether it be getting kicked out of the program or like not recording properly, whatever. Just like I've had like 4 or 5 attempts. Doesn't matter though because my actual flights were garbage. But just so you know, but now it's getting crazy. I can't keep rebuilding the ship and whatnot just to show you guys, even though I wanted to show you like what I was changing. But for here, I'm just gonna explain it because it's easier. First, if you remember in episode 3, this portion, we actually had the kind of half-size thrusters, or fuel tanks, with the smallest liquid fuel engines. However, it was suggested after I put up episode 3 in the comments, like, get rid of those, just use structural fuselages instead. They're a heck of a lot lighter. These guys are only 0.04, sorry, 0.4, in mass. I don't know if that, I'd assume that's, I don't know, kilograms. And we only need that, whereas if we go with the engine and the tank, that's 1.25 and 0.5. Of course, this has a dry mass, so that's 0.2, but even still, combine that 0.7 to the 0.4, big difference, especially when you multiply it by 4. So it's not a huge difference, but it does add up. Anyway, so I replaced that. But we still have the landing gear because I want this to have a wide base so when we can land on Mun easier. As well, I added a few of the winglets. It was a little wonky getting it out of the air or into the through the atmosphere last time. So I believe it's the advanced SAS module that controls these winglets. It'll move them back and forth to help with the stability of the craft when we're exiting the atmosphere. And the other thing is I added on 8 more thrusters. Call me crazy. We got these guys on the inside and these guys here, and I decided to add 8 on the outside. Looks kind of weird. It's asymmetrical or some shit, but it should work. And we got those all stabled up. So, and that's just because before in episode 3, this thing took forever to get off the ground. It got off. I always get off. But it was slow, so I want to speed things up a bit. So that's why I only have 1 fuel cell or fuel tank and the max thrusters, because that'll increase the thrust to mass ratio. Basically, we just wanted something to attach the thrusters to with a bit of fuel. And as well, I use the max thrusters on these ones because I have the max, 200 thrust on these ones, and I want them all to decouple at the same time since they're 1 fuel tank. If I did the 175 thrust with the thrust vectoring, then these wouldn't go through the fuel so quickly as the ones with the more thrust you have, the quicker you go through the fuel. Let me put it that way. And what that would mean is that we'd have to stage the decoupling of these differently, or we could keep them in the same, but we'd have a few seconds where we aren't pushing thrust out of some of them, and that just means we're pushing dead weight, and we don't want that. So anyways, everything staging wise looks a-okay. So let's just get this going. Again, I intended to put these upgrades on with you, but I've done it so many times I just can't anymore. So this is Star Fox Mark II. Let's see how we do. Okay, pretty stable right now. Putting throttle up. The SAS modules on, and you can already see the winglets. If I turn it off again, they stop moving. Turn it on. So pretty sure the SAS modules are controlling those. One of them, either the advanced or the normal module. Either way, it's a good thing. Should mean stable. Alright, ready? 3, 2, 1, blast off. Holy, look at all these fuel tanks. I can already tell it's got a lot more lift. Technically it's a bit heavier because of the added fuel cells down here, but these thrusters are more than capable of lifting those off, plus the rest of the mass of the ship, the craft. That's cool. And you can start seeing, because we have both thrust vectoring and non-thrust vectoring, the different thrust amounts. So some of this fuel is draining faster, and those were all the single fuel cell fuel tanks. So I'm getting ready to decouple those, but we're already over about 150 meters per second, 4.7 kilometers up. Things are looking pretty decent, fairly stable. It's kind of slight wobble still, but of course this is a big craft. I should probably add some more struts to that, to be honest. So maybe that'll be Mark III, adding some more struts and streamlining it. Alright, decouple those guys. So long, chump faces. Don't crash. They're gonna crash. Actually, I want to watch the explosion. Explode! Come on, Harry Potter, come do some explosive Dipodora spell. That doesn't sound real. I don't. Okay, I think they exploded. This looks kind of cool. Yeah. Oh, look at, there's the sun over there somewhere, or the star. I don't know if they call it sun. Earth calls it sun. It wouldn't be cool for them to steal our name for their star. Going strong, 230, and you would have noticed earlier, I didn't mention it, but when I first decoupled that first set, we went from about 200 meters per second down to, I think, 180. Again, the reason for that is because we did lose 12 fuel cells and 12 engines, but because that ratio of 1 to 1, that's good. That's going to give us a lot of thrust. So we're not losing a lot of mass, but we're losing way more thrust. So that's why we slowed down a bit, but obviously we gained that back up again, and that's something I expected. So really that first stage, oh, decouple, there we go. That first stage was just to get us off the ground. We're getting a little wonky here. I'm turning on our SAS, see if that maybe helps a tiny bit. Part of that has to do with me being an idiot and not decoupling soon enough. Let me actually adjust this a tiny bit. Down a bit. There we go. That's what I want. We're about 41 kilometers. 44. Over half a kilometer a second. Picking up speed. This is everything I want to see. And look at our spacecraft. This looks like a fighter jet. From this kind of the outline of it. That's really cool. So you can see here, these winglets still doing a good job, keeping us going straight up. Let's look at our. You can see we're starting to form an orbit. It should be spreading out more and more and coming out this way. Which is cool. Do we have? There's one stage, so now one stage left before we decouple these again. We're going over a kilometer a second now. Shit is awesome. 83, 84, 85 kilometers. So probably around 100 and some odd kilometers up, I'll start to veer. Couple questions for you guys right off the bat. What do we call this instrument? The kind of navigation instrument. What is the actual technical name? I would like to know if I'm going to do a Let's Play series. I want to make sure I'm using the correct terminology of that. And what was my other question? Oh yes, when the heck do I, this craft in particular, when do I want to start veering? When do we want to start turning to form the full orbit around Kerbal? I did it there around like 120 or something. Is that too late? You think too soon? I mean, obviously we'll see how successful we are in general. Let me just roll this sucker. Come on. Come down a bit. Oh, shit. Sass on just to stabilize it a bit. Okay. Decouple those guys. So long. That's really cool. Very symmetrical. Let me just fix this a bit more. There we go. Spot on. Can't ask for anything better. Turn off the RCS. Don't want to waste any more fuel. We've got quite a bit, but we can certainly use that later if we have it available to us. Let's get a little close action. Looking pretty cool. Ah, my face is melting. Oh my god. And you're gonna see this guy. He's gonna go off next. That's cool. 1.6 kilometers a second. Soon we'll be decoupling, but let me check how we're doing. It's spreading out pretty fast now, actually. This is quite good. Gouda. And about to decouple. Yeah, this is poetic, man. Shit's poetic. Probably, yeah, it'll be 2 kilometers a second by the time we decouple. Almost, maybe not quite. No, more like 19. 19. Boom. Blast off. There we go. We're even lighter now. And we're up in space, so we don't need all that thrust. We just need the one engine here. And this, the purpose of this is to get us in orbit of mine. You can see previous attempts. That should be Mark 1 somewhere. This is Mark 2. Shit got messed up. Anyways, so right here we have 3 fuel cells. These I am dedicating to getting us in the orbit, or you know, aligned with Mun's orbit. That's the other question I have. Is it Mun or is it Moon? I don't honestly know. Some people say it's supposed to be pronounced Moon because there's 2 of those little kind of dots above the U, but I don't see that shit here. Second of all, there are 2 moons. Why would you call one of the moons Moon? You're going to confuse people. They're going to think there's only 1 moon, but there's 2. Shit doesn't make sense. I mean, we can call our moon Moon because we only have 1, but friggin' like Saturn and Jupiter or whatever, all those punks. I don't think Saturn has moons, does it? Jupiter does, though. Is it Jupiter? Anyways, you know, none of them are called Moon. They're all called like Titan and shit, cool shit like that. So I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Mun. But again, if I'm wrong, please correct me. But for the rest of this video, at the very least, I will be calling it Mun. I apologize. Fuel-wise, we have 1 and about a half left, a little more. And we're not picking up speed quite so fast because, you know, we're going like over Earth. There's more gravity, is more kind of area to pull down on us. That's why we're not picking up. And almost there. Oops, I want to pull this up. That's why I can't do my throttle. A little more. A little more. I'm actually going to overextend it. I'm doing this on purpose. Just a bit. And that should help slow us down a tiny bit more, but keep us within range. I could go a little bit more for Mun to take over. So anyways, right now it looks like we've got our full orbit around Kerbal. That's good to know, just in case we don't line up with Mun, which I'm not sure we will. Anyways, I'm going to speed things up a bit at this point. Actually, let me check. We've still got 1 and like a bit more than a third fuel tanks left here before we even decouple, and we've already achieved our general orbit, so that's good. It's really good, actually. I didn't expect it. Oh shit. God damn it, wrong button. I could probably fix that. I'm just gonna leave it for now, and it might fuck us over later. Damn it, I hate pushing wrong buttons. Complete accident. Anyways, we got a while before we have to worry about Mun. Whoa, that shithead is trying to hit us. Look at this wonky ass orbit. That's the old Star Fox Mark II. That didn't end so well. They're still floating out there. Anyways, let's kick it into high gear. See, okay, you can see. Shit, looks like this shit is gonna maybe. That's not, I hope that doesn't collide with us. That would suck a lot of balls, like at least 8 balls at once. So on this coming around, it's gonna like sling us around. So I'm gonna get a little closer. Before I try and adjust, because I don't want it to sling us around. I want it to pull us right in. And this is my next question for you guys. Do I actually want to create an orbit around Mun, or do I just want to like come straight at it? Because people say you save fuel by just achieving the full orbit around Mun and then just slowing down and being pulled in. But that doesn't seem as straightforward to me, no pun intended, as just like going in straight. If you know what I mean. Anyways, now I'm gonna try and bring us in. This mission, I'm gonna do it the way I've been doing it, but I'm more than welcome to feedback. I think, is it this yellow one that I do if I want? Let me just see. Stop right about there. Let me put on a little gas. See if it, no, it's pulling us out. That's right. I want to do the green X. I'm getting them mixed up again. The green X is like where our, I'm pretty sure our orbit kind of meets the surface, where it's going to land. So we want our thrusters, oh, slow down, slow down, slow down, to be facing that, so it'll slow us down and pull us in even easier. We're not going to sling around it. Let me get back. Actually, let me just get in this view. I want to see the thrusters at work. Weak little ding-dongs. Okay. Slow down a bit. That's about good. And give it some juice. Okay, yep, you can see it's pulling us in. Gonna kick that in a little more. A little more. And a little more. Almost. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It should be pulling us in pretty straight. Which for me right now is what I want, but maybe you guys are gonna tell me like, no, you actually want to form an orbit around it. If that's the case, don't get angry at me. Just be like, yeah, you had good intentions, but you should do it this way if you want it to be optimal. Which is what I do want, but I'm not sure. I need you guys to reaffirm me. So I'm just gonna do what I know. Okay. Let's speed this sucker up a bit. Picking up speed, obviously, is the gravity of it. Oh wait, sorry, not picking up speed. Once where the yellow and the kind of turquoise meet, that's when we're going to start picking up speed again. So let me... Okay. This should be not too shabby. Okay. We are fully being impacted by Mun right now. Let me change it. Where's the little X? Nope, not this guy. We don't want to speed towards it. We want to have our thruster facing away to slow our descent as we get closer. Fix that. SAS on. Help slow us down a bit. Of course, the RCS thrusters have a little more work because we still got a bit of extra weight with these guys back here. So maybe I'll keep them on for a while. It'll help us slow our descent. Again, we are heavier, so it'll pull us in faster, but we might as well use this fuel as much as possible. Let me come in a little bit. Stop. Don't stop believing. And that's about good. This is going to be changing the closer we get, but that's pretty much like spot on. We should be coming in like almost perfectly straight. Actually, let me fix that while I can. Oops, wrong way. There we go. RCS off, save that fuel. We can use it to escape Mun's gravity later on. It'll help a little bit, but anyways, I'm going to speed this up because we're still quite a ways away. But I am really happy with how straight in we are coming. This is good because lateral movement is going to kill us. Gonna fucking kill us. I can't deal with that shit, guys. We need to become down like perfectly straight. Hardly any shift, lateral movement, left or right, or forward or backward, I suppose. So, yeah, what do you call this little navigation dial thingy? I don't know. And I want to know. 800 meters per second. I'm gonna start slowing down a bit soon. Okay, let me put this like that. First, let me adjust this a tiny bit. There, that should be almost spot on. Okay. RCS off. Probably 150,000. I'll kick it into high gear. Don't want to waste too much fuel. Actually 100,000, I think. Oh god. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That, I got some serious fucking lag there. That shit pisses me off. Pulling us in. Let's escape this motherfucker. Like, it just kind of paused, and then next thing I know, I was 70,000 meters closer than I was hoping for. This could actually be the end of us. Oh shit. You know, I'm gonna decouple now. Oh, this is gonna be deadly. Put on the landing gear. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. We're dead. That was probably the most perfect approach I would have had. And one little glitch in this fucking game. Seriously, like that wasn't, I should have done it sooner, slowed down maybe, but the pause. Oh my god, 70 freaking kilometers. Oh. In an instant. Well, I apologize to you guys that I kind of wasted a video, an episode, maybe, sort of, but actually it's going to be good because you can still critique everything up to that point. Like, I understand I should have been slowed down the time warp a lot sooner, and I understand my computer should not glitch, or maybe the program. I mean, I got a beastly computer, so that shouldn't happen. That's really annoying. Anyways, I'm going to probably repeat with the same craft next episode unless you tell me to change something and tell me how I can improve the approach as well. But I like that approach. Like, we were going straight down, which is good because lateral movement is a killer. Anyways, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the comments. Peace out.